Alright folks, let's talk about AFRI Forum. This organization has been making waves in South Africa for quite some time now. This is a South African civil rights organization. They claim to advocate for the rights of all South Africans, regardless of their background. They say they stand for everyone's rights, but there's more to the story. But let's be real, they're mostly known for representing Afrikaners. This group has a strong focus on the interests of the Afrikaner community, the descendants of the Dutch settlers. These are the people who have a deep-rooted history in South Africa, the ones who benefited from apartheid. This historical context is crucial to understanding their current stance. AFRI Forum is headed by this guy, Callie Creel. He's a prominent figure in the organization. He's like their fearless leader. Callie has been the face of AFRI Forum for years, and recently, Callie's been making headlines. His actions have caught the attention of many. Why? Because he's decided to reach out to a certain former US president. This move has raised quite a few eyebrows. Who loves a good tweet storm? You guessed it. That's right, Donald J. Trump, the former president known for his controversial tweets. Now you might be thinking, what do a South African civil rights group and a former American president have in common? It's a valid question. Well, it all boils down to one thing: AGOA. This trade agreement is at the heart of their connection, the African Growth and Opportunity Act. This act has significant implications for trade between the US and African countries. Here's the deal with AGOA. It's like a golden ticket for African countries to sell their goods to the US market. Duty-free, tax-free, like shopping at a diplomatic sale, but for countries. For South Africa, AGOA is a big deal. It creates jobs, brings in that sweet, sweet foreign currency, and boosts the economy. But AGOA is a privilege, not a right. And if the US thinks a country isn't playing by the rules, they can yank it away faster than you can say trade war. Which brings us back to Callie and his urgent plea to Trump. See, Trump has been throwing shade at South Africa's land reform policies. He's been very vocal about his disapproval, making it a point to highlight what he sees as injustices. He's been tweeting about land seizures and attacks on farmers, stirring up quite a bit of controversy and debate on social media and beyond. Now there's a lot to unpack there, but that's a story for another day. The complexities of land reform and the historical context are deep and multifaceted. The point is, Trump's not happy. His dissatisfaction is palpable, and he's made it clear that he might take drastic measures. And he's hinted at taking action, possibly even scrapping AGOA for South Africa. This has caused a wave of concern among those who depend on this trade agreement. Enter Callie Creel, stage left. Creel, a prominent figure, is stepping into the spotlight with a message. He's worried about AGOA going away. The potential economic fallout is a major concern for many, but here's the kicker. He's not asking Trump to back off completely. Instead, he's proposing a more targeted approach. He's saying, hey, if you're gonna punish someone, punish the ANC politicians. Hold those in power accountable for their actions. Don't punish the ordinary South Africans who rely on AGOA for their livelihoods. These are the people who will suffer the most from any sweeping economic sanctions. So what's going on here? Well, it's complicated. South Africa is a nation with a rich and tumultuous history, and its present is deeply intertwined with its past. South Africa is grappling with the legacy of apartheid, which included massive land dispossession of black South Africans. The scars of this era are still visible today, affecting the socio-economic fabric of the country. Land reform is a sensitive issue, and the ANC government has been trying to find ways to redistribute land more equitably. This involves complex negotiations and policies aimed at correcting historical injustices. But it's a slow process, and some people, like Trump, are accusing them of going about it the wrong way. These accusations have added an international dimension to an already intricate issue. Now, whether Trump's accusations hold water is debatable. The South African government insists that their approach is measured and just, but the debate rages on. But what's clear is that using AGOA as a bargaining chip in this whole land reform debate is a risky move. AGOA, the African Growth and Opportunity Act, is crucial for South Africa's trade relations with the United States. It could have devastating consequences for ordinary South Africans, the very people AFRI Forum claims to represent. The livelihoods of many depend on the stability and growth of the economy. It's a high-stakes game of political chess, and the pawns in this game are real people's lives. The decisions made today will shape the future of South Africa for generations to come.